Well, I don't know if you guys want to dive into some of the Katy Perry show, how it felt. There's about 20,000 people there, and first time opening for Katy in an arena show. And it's always fun for us. It's a quick 35-minute set, but it's cool to play to a crowd who's a little bit younger. There was kids there, which isn't normal for us. So how did it feel for you boys?
Oh, I felt super
Man, I had a
stoked.
great time.
Yeah, great
It
time.
was a lot of fun. I'm excited to do the rest of the shows. Yeah, those arena shows are like always just so cool, and we haven't done one in a little while like that. And the crowd was awesome. They're very responsive. They were loud every time you asked them to make some noise. They went crazy. And they sang along, which was cool. And yeah, it's definitely a different demographic than what we're used to, but it's fun to play to kids. Reminds me of my nieces. So um, they were all excited. So I had a good time. And the stage was cool too. The way they have it set up is cool. And watching her show after was a blast. We had to be in that little pit area up front, and the production's wild.
I think her show gets shit on like too much for no reason. I think it actually was a really good show, and like it seems like she's running around constantly, which is like crazy. Like I don't get how she's like not out of breath for that. You know?
Yeah, it's a full on. It's like a full on Broadway situation. It's the whole thing. She's moving the whole time. Main character.
Crazy.
Yeah, it seems like the last few months, not that I was nervous or anything, but it was like we confirmed the shows, and then it was like 2 months of just Katy Perry criticism. And it's one of those things where you're like, is this real? Like, are these shows just not legit? Are they not going well? Are people not buying tickets? And then it's kind of like the difference between the internet and reality, In reality, shows sold out, 20,000 people. It's crazy production. There's acrobatics. She's like running around and singing at the same time. You know, it's almost like is there like a double standard when it comes to like female pop stars, and us being DJs? We're like, yeah, we kind of just expected to go up there with our headphones and DJ, and like no one's like, oh, like look at their choreography. I'm really lucky no one's like criticizing my dance moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a terrible dancer. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty wild to see like how much it is. Yeah, it doesn't deserve all that considering how great of a show it is. And yeah, it's funny. There's a huge double standard, I guess, when you're able to just kind of go up there and do your thing on the decks versus needing to like really try to give a fan a crazy experience where like you're doing outfit changes and you're putting all this money back into the show that you could be taking into your pocket, and like people are still like picking it apart. It's like Jesus,
Yeah,
you can't do anything
exactly.
right.
It's and like no shade on somebody like Ed Sheeran, but it's like he goes up there with the acoustic guitar and he's just like, all they want me to do is just play the hits. I don't gotta
Yeah.
dance. I don't gotta wear a fancy outfit. I don't have to have crazy visuals or crazy pyrotechnics. I'm just gonna get up there with my acoustic guitar. And then Katy Perry, she's doing everything, going all out. Like the visuals were insane. I mean, the dancers were insane. And also something that I noticed, I don't know if I told you guys, because we went to the pit and we watched the whole set in like the VIP area. I had to pee about halfway through, and they like duck you down under the stage because there's a giant figure eight that she's running on, and I'm like dodging all the crew members backstage. Like they're literally lifting like sets that they're building in real time during the show, and they're lifting those off of the stage. So I was like trying not to get in the way of the crew because they're literally building these acrobatic sets for her dancers and for Katie to do. I think at one point she was upside down singing. She was just
I
completely
think so.
upside
Yeah.
down. She was flying on a butterfly.
All the
The
things, dude.
the butterfly flying thing is so sick. I think if we ever do like our own arena thing, we got to do like something where we're flying like that. I saw Drake just was flying in UK and London at the Wireless Festival right
What do you
after he
want to
brought
fly
out
in on,
Vanessa
Kev?
Carlton.
If you could fly in on anything, what would it be?
Uh, I think it could be cool to like. Oh, see, that's a good question. Maybe a
Let's fly in
lion
on
like.
dragons, you guys. All
Oh,
three
dude,
of us.
that would be so sick. If you could
We all
fly
have
on
different
dragons.
dragons. We're all coming in from different angles. What is going on? These guys are
I'm so
crazy.
sick.
We all land on the stage? No way.
Like, does it need to be video game themed? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Dragons is the way, dude.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Oh, like Future
Cool.
Renaissance. Yeah, I got you.
I think Fisher flies right now into his set in Ibiza at Universal.
He does.
Flies from the ceiling, like.
It's like he's like underwater or something like that. That's the whole idea. Is that what it
I
is?
think so. I think so.
I think in these like medieval times they always have catapults. I think if they just catapulted us in, but somehow we were on a harness, but it was kind of like see-through harness to where it actually looked like we were being catapulted into the show.
That's pretty sick.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it could be
Yeah.
From
sick.
the back of the set, the back of the venue.
Is there a
Yeah.
way to do, when they do the catapults and they like set a rock on fire and they launch it at a ship and it takes the whole ship down? Is there a way to do some like fake catapult pyrotechnics where it looks like we're launching fire into the air, but it's
It's
safe?
I don't know. I'm not the guy to answer that question. I don't know. That'd be sick though.
Good idea.
Here, I want to play just a quick clip from the show because I thought it was pretty cool, especially during Shed a Light. We had all the lights come out, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good
Oh, you
vibe."
got a clip on deck?
Yeah, I got one on deck. Yeah. Can you guys see it?
Oh, I see it. It looks great.
Yep, I see it. Yeah.
Oh my God, there you are, Trev.
That was fun.
You guys could hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Sound dope.
Yeah, that was a good moment. It was funny because part of the, like we were talking about the criticism of the Katy Perry show, there's like this viral clip where she has a lightsaber. So I was like, when you see the clip out of context, you're kind of like, that is a little weird. You're fighting people with lightsabers in the show. But then when you watch the show, it was actually my favorite part of the show because it's all built around this like narrative of this AI mainframe that's taking over. And she even had a whole dance sequence with her dancers where they were all wearing those Apple goggles and they had like an iPod. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but it looked like they were really addicted to their phones. So to me, I was like, oh, is she making this like greater point of we need to get back to reality and like everyone's addicted to their phone and everyone's like hooked on social media? And I don't know if you guys caught this. She even made a tweak to one of her songs where she talked about getting off social media. Like she made a tweak to the lyrics of her song. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I didn't catch it,
So
I didn't catch it.
but that would make sense then. And kind of add up with everything.
yeah, like the whole theme of the show, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a based theme. Like, yo, get back to reality. Like, get off of the computer, get off of internet. Because the whole point of her taking the lightsaber was she was destroying this like weird AI character.
Wow. Okay, I love it. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't digging into it as much.
You were
as much
just
as you did.
enjoying the music. I was like
I was
watching
just
everything.
enjoying it. I was like, yo, this is cool. Look at that. Okay, sweet. That's cool. But no, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Can you here? I'll pull it up for you guys. Do you see it right here?
Oh yeah, I see the lightsaber.
It's like a play,
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. Full
It is.
Broadway show, dude.
It's like you got to remember all this.
Yeah, it was sick.
You got to remember all this choreo, and then
And there's so many people there. It was insane.
It's crazy how big she is, bro. She's like so much bigger than like I remembered or I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like I think she has 200 million Instagram followers and stuff. So
200 million.
which is just crazy.
It is.
I think as a creative person too, as a songwriter, you forget how many cultural changing songs that she has, whether it's I Kissed a Girl or Teenage Dream or E.T. with Kanye West. Like at the time, or even like Dark Horse with Juicy J, at the time they like made culture. And some of the people that worked on her records, whether it's Max Martin or Benny Blanco or Dr. Luke, So it makes me a little sad when I see people turn on somebody so quick that's like
Mhm.
contributed a lot to music. I mean, you don't need to. Everyone deserves to get be criticized if they're in the public, you know. But just from like a musical perspective, like she's 20 huge hits and like six of those are like decade, you know, defining songs, you know, you could say. And just from like a production aspect too, you know.
Yeah, 100%. You can like bring it back to like the Britney Spears stuff, like when she obviously gave us like huge hits, and then at a certain point, public turned on her, and then now everyone loves her again because they respect and appreciate what she's done for us. So I think it's one of those things where I think in 6 months everyone's gonna love, like no one's gonna be hating again. It's all gonna be love.
Yeah, I was wondering too if part of it is the younger generation. But I mean, there's a lot of young kids there, so obviously young people still love her. But the younger generation, they care so much about authenticity or like perceived authenticity. And I think the era that she came from, it was still like the era of let's make the perfect pop song, let's have the perfect release, the perfect music video. And now these young kids are growing up with, you know, an Alex Warren who puts out a song and he just films himself on his iPhone and that becomes a hit. And they're looking at
Yeah,
the stuff that we grew up with where we're like, Katy Perry's a legend. And they're like, oh, that's commercial. And it's like, I don't know. Do you think,
Yeah.
how much of that do you think is part of it?
I think so for sure. I think just like it's really just the TikTok crowd that's being critical right now too. And like that crowd is very much the crowd that wants to build somebody up when they come from nothing. You know what I mean? Somebody in their bedroom that's recording a video on their iPhone that came up with this song. TikTok loves that person, but even when that person gets too big, TikTok wants to bring that person down. It's like that's just the way the app works. You know what I mean? It's like
So true.
they don't like somebody once they get to a certain like threshold. Usually, there's a few exceptions, but like at a certain point, they always seem to turn on the people that they build up. You know what I mean? So I
And
don't know. It just seems to be that kind of crowd.
and then it's like how much of it is even real, you know? Because it's like it's way easier to criticize something than to actually put yourself in the arena and do it. And then the other side of it is criticism sells. So it's like even if you're just like lukewarm on something, you know you're gonna get more clicks if you're like, this is the shittiest thing I've ever seen. You know, even if you're kind of like, it's all right. Like, you know, like
Yeah, it really just comes down to there's like so many internet warriors that are just like haters that's just what they do. You know what I mean? There's just like they just hop on whatever trend is like that they want to hate, and if even if they like never like liked that artist or like listened to that artist before, they're like, oh, we're hating that person right now. Cool, like sick. I'm posting about it. Like I hate that person too, just because they're just bored and they just love to hate. You know what I mean? So there's just trends people follow. Just like things that people love that are trending that people want to get hop on board with. There's like same thing with like hating something. You know what I mean? So
True.
interesting and weird.
I was curious too because it seemed like a lot of people were bringing up like her new album she did with Dr. Luke, and a lot of people like hate. They didn't like that. Like they were like, "Oh, how dare you work with this guy who has been like accused of all these things?" So I thought that was kind of an interesting topic from like a music industry perspective because it's like he wasn't convicted of anything. I mean, I looked it up. The case was eventually settled like between him and Kesha, and it was only like a
Oh, I
civil.
forgot
It
it
was
was
only like
Kesha,
a
huh?
civil thing. There was no criminal thing. You know, obviously Dr. Luke did her first big album, which was a huge success, and she probably knows him on a personal level. And it's like, I guess you're just damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. But it's like, where are those lines as far as like, oh, I can't work with this person anymore just because in the public eye, people think he's sketchy. You know, even though there was no concrete proof, he was never convicted of any crime or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really speak for someone else's like relationship with somebody. It's like if she's close with Luke and they've had success together and she loves working with him and she feels like she can like get her best music when working with him and like he brings out the best music out of her. and that's what she believes, and they have a good relationship and they trust each other, then it's like, and who knows what her opinion is on, you know, the said allegations or whatever. So it's like, it's one of those things where if she has a friendship with somebody and likes making music with that person, I mean, you got to do what you feel is right for your music.
Yeah, and just like devil's advocate, you know, say you made your biggest records with somebody and you're like, this was just magic. Like, we just made magic together. And let's not say Kesha, but let's say somebody else comes out and they're like, he did these horrible things to me, and you don't believe them. Are you supposed to just drop them because everybody else thinks he did something bad? Like, I think as like a culture, we don't really value loyalty as much, you know?
Yeah. People are like, oh, that person's canceled. Okay, well, I have to drop my actual opinion on that person now. It's like, that's not how
Like,
it
you
should
didn't,
work,
yeah,
really.
the only evidence is just somebody's, you know, he said, she said kind of vibe. Like, you're not seeing anything. But,
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's tough. But, yeah, she did her thing. Made her album.
yeah, we got two more shows
Savage.
with Katy coming up. We got one in Detroit and one in Quebec. So if you guys are in the city, in the area, come through and check it out.
If you like that clip and want to see another one, click here. If you want to see the full podcast, click here.